Hello guys, in the previous video we have discussed what is if block about. If you haven't watched that video yet, I recommend you to watch that video first and come back to this later. In this video we'll be discussing about what is else block about. Let's try to first understand what is the purpose to have else block in picture. So for that I'll consider the same example what we have seen in our previous video just to check the person is eligible to vote or not. If he is eligible, we'll be printing eligible. If they are not eligible, we'll be printing not eligible. Let's try to take the same example. So you consider the same age 21. If age is greater than or equals to 18, we print the value eligible. If age is less than 18, we print the value not eligible. But if you observe carefully, so what is the purpose to have one more condition with the same check doing in opposite way? In the first place, you are trying to see age greater than or equals to 18. If this condition is failed, it simply clearly states that the age would be less than 18 only. So again, what is the purpose to go here and check the same age is less than 18 or not? So let's try to make it clear with some example. So let's have one polling booth. So for this polling booth, as we have two conditions, let's try to keep two officers who checks the age of the people. So officer 1, officer 2. So officer 1 checks whether the respective person is greater than or equals to 18 or not. Officer 2 checks whether the person is less than 18 or not. So let's try to take some examples. So here we have two examples. So one person with the age 21 and one more person with the age 17. So let's say the first person now is trying to cast his vote. So he want to know his eligibility. So he went to the officer 1. So he was simply saying that is my age is greater or equals to 18 or not. So then this officer validates his respective age. Yes, his age is 21. So he is eligible to vote. So what exactly happens? He visits the polling booth. He casts his vote. He comes out of that. So meaning that if block is satisfied. After that if block is satisfied. So what is the purpose to check with officer 2 and to cross check am I less than 18? So that doesn't make any sense. Here, if the first condition is satisfied, our job is done. So there is no need to check with the second condition at all. So here also, if you try to observe, this respective person is trying to check one more time the age. So already his age is 21. We know that 21 is greater than or equals to 18, but it is not less than 18. So even though you try to check with the second person, that doesn't make any sense. So just simply wasting the time of cross checking the same thing in a reverse way. Now let's try to take one more example. So the next person with the age 17. So you came to officer 1 and you're asking, am I eligible to vote? So he simply checks your age is greater than or equals to 18 or not. So 17 is not greater than or equal to 18. So clearly with this officer 1 only, we understood that we are not eligible to vote. But even though just to waste some more time, so what we are trying to do, so we went to officer 2 and again we are wasting his time also by asking, am I less than 18? Then he says yes. So even that case, what do? You say, of course, you are not eligible. So this is how we came to one conclusion that there is no need of this second if part at all. If there is no need of this second if part, then there is also no need for this respect to officer also. So in this way, we can go for else. So here I would say now else, the syntax for else would be else followed by colon. So then you would write this statement what exactly you want to keep inside the else block. So now I would just go for saying that print not eligible. Now let's try to check the same scenario now. So now let's take the person with the age 21. So he went to officer 1. So he's asking his age is greater than or equals to 18. Yes. So he went inside, done. So after he cast his vote, his job is done. So then there is no need to check the else part. So now what exactly happened over here? So we have saved some time. But in the previous example, we haven't saved that time. Let's also observe with one more example. So person 17 went to the person, am I greater than or equal to 18? So he simply says no. So then your job is done. Directly you go to else part and you'll simply print not eligible. So here we have skipped the time for checking the same condition in a different way. So that's the need for else block. So this is the simple syntax else followed by colon and then you have some proper indentation. So then we write the block of statements which are to be present inside the else block. Similarly, if you want to check the given number is positive or not, or even or odd, it also works the same. So let's try to cross check for even or odd. So now if I take the code for that, so we have written simply, so first one number we are scanning from the user. So after this number is scanned, so we would check if it is a multiple of 2 or not. If it is a multiple of 2, so we can simply say that it is an even number. If it is not a multiple of 2, simply say it is an odd number. So our job is done. So print odd. So here we are not wasting the time. So meaning if you check one condition, if this condition is failed, in order to check the same condition once again, we are going to else part. So that's the main reason we are going to else. So let's try to keep all these things into our Visual Studio Code and let's try to observe. So let me create one file saying else block example1.py. So let's go for the same thing. So number equals to int of input. So if number modulus to double equals 0, so we would say that it is an even number. If that condition is failed, so we are sorted. So then we can say it is odd number. So let's try to run this code. Yes. So now here let's give the value 15. So we got the value to odd. Let's run once again. So let's give the value to 16. So we got the value to even. So let's also check one more program here. So we want to check the given character is vowel or not. So I'll just give vowel.py. So let's say now character ch equals to input. So by default, we want to scan the value which is of string format. So now ch we have it. So we want to check this respective character is vowel or not. So here we know that A, E, I, O, U are vowels. So now we want to check all these 5 conditions. If you want to keep all these 5 conditions into a single if block, logical operators comes into picture. So either we can use logical and or we can use logical or. So if either of one condition is to be satisfied, then we go for logical or. If all the conditions to be satisfied, so we go for logical and. Now here among A, E, I, O, U, if it is satisfied with any of one condition, we can say that it is an vowel. So now let's go for that. If your CH is A, or if your CH is E, or if your CH is I, or if your CH is VO, or if your CH is U. So if any of this condition is satisfied, so we can simply print it is a vowel. If this is not the case, we can simply go and say it is not a vowel. Right. So now if you see here, if I give the input to A, so when it comes to logical or, if the first condition itself is satisfied, all the remaining conditions would be skipped. So that doesn't make sense. You go and check E, I, O, U because already the first condition got satisfied. So let's try to run this and check. So let's give the value to A. So we got the output to vowel. Maybe let's give the value to X. So we got the output to not vowel. So instead, guys, what if I want to remove this else block and try to keep with if? So then you are supposed to write if ch, it should not be equals to a. And so like if you want to say it is not a vowel, meaning it should not be a, it should not be e, it should not be I, o as well as u. Means all these conditions should be satisfied. So then you will be writing ch not equals to e and ch not equals to I and ch not equals to wo and ch not equals to u. So here you want to check all these 5 conditions to be satisfied. So meaning you are checking 5 conditions again in a reverse way. So that doesn't make any sense to check it once again. But even once, let's try to see. So let's run this code. So now if I give the value to A, so we are getting the output to vowel. So if I give the value to X, so we are getting the output to not a vowel. So even though it works, but here you are wasting the time by checking all these conditions once again. So in order to go for that, so we can simply go for else. So let's quickly give one example why. So it's not over well. So this is something about else block in Python. So in the next video, we'll be learning what is else if about. That's all for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.